We start tonight with new details about the placement of a sexually violent predator in California. A new state audit is showcasing inconsistencies in the state-funded program for rehabilitating and housing convicted felons. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen joins us live with all the details tonight about this long-awaited state audit.
Well, Alex, the good news is the state auditor did find that the company contracted to rehabilitate sexually violent predators is actually doing its work. The bad news, there's not a clear way to track the work, and the cost just continues to increase by the millions as years go on.
I think we've got some justification for many of the concerns that we've been raising for 6 years on this CONREP program.
Senator Brian Jones has been openly critical of the conditional release program of sexually violent predators. He requested an audit more than a year ago on the Department of State Hospitals and Liberty Healthcare, and on Tuesday, the state auditor released this 52-page report.
This is a public safety issue.
The audit found DSH took an average of 17 months to find proper housing for a conditionally released SVP when state law generally allows for 30 days. But it acknowledged difficulties in finding housing because of negative community reaction.
The report also points out that the state is paying Liberty Healthcare $2,800 a month to find that housing.
The report found the state's spending on the program increased nearly 75%. From 2018 to 2019, the state spent $6.6 million, but the program costs went up in 2022 to 2023 to $11.5 million. More SVPs are being rehabilitated, and other reasons include the rising cost of housing and private security services.
This program specifically, of course, the costs are going to go up because there's no oversight.
Jones points to the audit finding DSH does not have an effective way to track and monitor Liberty Healthcare when implementing policies and procedures. Some of those policies are also out of date, citing Liberty's contraband policy hadn't been updated since 2011. In terms of its effectiveness, the report says 56 people have been in the program since its start in 2003, with 4% of them reoffending.
That's 4% too many, as I've been arguing. These SVPs should never be allowed out of prison.
The auditor recommended DSH to establish state-owned transitional housing, a model that other states like Washington and Texas have implemented. But in response, DSH says it disagrees with that recommendation, believing it wouldn't speed up the process of finding secure housing and would be a target for community protests.
That's a preposterous argument, because right now the way the system works is as soon as a house is proposed, it's in the public and the neighborhood knows about it.
However, DSH agreed to conduct more reviews of Liberty Healthcare, develop a tracking process, and save money by conducting some activities internally.
Now, Jeannie, on top of the responses to the audit's recommendations, I do want to note that the Department of State Hospitals did provide you with an additional response, right?
Alex, the DSH acknowledged the report and says it's doing what it can to comply to the recommendations. Now, overall, the DSH says it will maintain oversight and supervision of Liberty Healthcare and is actively involved in reviewing proposed housing options for those looking to be released. Now, Senator Brian Jones also tells me he'll be working on some additional legislation to ensure the state abides by these findings. And we also reached out to the ACLU, who has openly supported this program, but they have yet to provide ABC 10 with a comment in response to this audit.
Jeannie, thank you so much. And if you would like to read more about the audit, we do have that link on our website, abc10.com. You can go there right now.